A very good morning. Welcome to the 28th Annual World Power Wheelstanding Championships, proudly presented by Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop, located in beautiful Kenosha, Wisconsin. Certainly a date that we have circled on the calendar each and every year, the big one at Byron Dragway. And here it is, the 28th Annual already World Power Wheelstanding Championships. Lots of racing here today. Kicking things off with the driver. Well, he's used to kicking a kick drum, the rock star with a wheelie car, Jeff Wild. Well, looks like he has traded in the skeleton passenger he normally has. What is that, the Grinch riding shotgun in there, Sedona? That is a true Buick motor, 4,000 pounds of Detroit sheet metal, no nitrous. How about that for a start? And he's going to be waving his hand in the air. If you like what you saw, and if you want a little bit more, do me a favor, make a little bit of noise for Jeff Wild. 2019, 2020, 2021. He's put it on the bumper. You heard Bill Swatson earlier today. The field is wide open. Anything can happen today. Will this be the day Jeff Wild breaks through to pick up the championship once and for all? And that'll make way for a former champion of the World Power Wheelstanding Championships, the 2012 champion in the Badfish Barracuda. He is a man of the people. He had kids sitting in the car taking their picture during the intermission. He is the 2012 World Power Wheelstanding Champion, the Badfish Barracuda. Byron Dragway. Make some noise for Launching Larry. Some noise for Launching Larry. His final attempt. Can he do it? There it is! There it is! But here comes a three-time champion. Can he swoop in? Can he save the day? Can he again be a World Power Wheelstanding Championship for the fourth time over? It has been since 2015. Seven years since Jason Schubert in the beautiful 78 Olds Cutlass has parked this Cutlass in the winner's circle with the $10,000 prize. He is fully capable of getting it done. Keep it up, and he's well past the 330-foot mark. It looks like parts flying off the car, smoke going everywhere, but Jason Schubert knew he had to perform, knew he had to capitalize, and that is without a doubt the furthest of the day. Your new front runner, Jason Schubert. Well, coming into the second session, this is the driver that stood atop the standings. He has been overshadowed, however, by Launching Larry. The Badfish Barracuda went 405 feet in distance. Jason Schubert, on his second wheelie in the first session, went 358 feet. Can he advance his position by just over 50 feet to pull this off? He is a three-time champion. He is capable. Now, if I know Jason, he may not leave enough car for the second attempt. This is Jason Schubert. is without a doubt one of the most mild-mannered gentlemen you will ever meet. Soft-spoken, quiet, reserved. But you can tell once he gets behind the wheel, he is anything but. Our hat is off to you. Give him a big wave. A hero's welcome. The four-time world champion, Jason Schubert. Lots of hard work, lots of time, effort, and energy to build these beautiful, almost 6-foot-tall lamp trophies. Special thank you to Dan Gardner. A unique trophy for a unique event. And track owner Kevin Robertson jumps on in, shaking the hand of Jason Schubert, a four-time world champion. 615 feet, that is the official report. We're defending two-time World Power Wheelstanding champion. Make some noise for the Shinto of Chris Pierce. Well, longest burnout of the day without a doubt goes to Chris Pierce at this time, but that is not the goal. His goal is to carry those front tires as far as he can. Never has he come into this event so confident. Talked to him on the phone a couple of times, saw him out here at Hot Rod Drag Week. You could see it in his eye. He feels like he's got something special in store today. And he does it all for you. He does it for the fans. Chris Pierce in the Shinto. Whoa! Chris Pierce gets it up. And looked like that thing was planted and going straight at about the...
It sheared every bit of teeth off that ring gear and came... We took a pretty hard right turn. I thought, oh, I saw the top end of the track out my side window. And we set it down, obviously, and it's a heartbreaker for me.
Well, you knew the Shinto wasn't headed in the right direction, but to shear off every tooth on a pro gear, on a ring gear like that, that's unprecedented. And he made the tow all the way from NASCAR country of Elizabethtown, North Carolina. Tim Shamblin traded in his old pickup and got this new 69 C10, 565 cubic inches. Do you know how much power you need to get the front tires up in a truck that big? No fewer than 565 cubes, that's a fact. Tim Shamblin, a longtime competitor, a multi-time most photogenic and most violent wheelstander, and one of the most unique typically as well. Coming up again in the C10 pickup, Tim Shamblin. Easy on the brakes there, Tim. Make a round of applause for Tim Shamblin, and that might be enough to carry that C10 pickup truck all the way to the 330-foot cube. Or better. On your feet, Tim Shamblin! What a wheel stand! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Tim Shamblin absolutely has the crowd on their feet, and that is without a doubt the loudest round of applause we have heard yet today. Tim Shamblin, what did I tell you? He would not disappoint. We were a little unsure, perhaps a little bit reserved after that first session, but without a doubt, Tim Shamblin, what did I tell you? There was swagger in him when he staged that car the last time. The tree came down. He sat on the rev limiter for probably 2.5, maybe 3 or 4 seconds. That car took off. You can see the aftermath. Just look at the black streaks all over the track. Look at Chief Starter Jeff Spearley. That's where the truck makes a violent move the first time. Right where BJ and Jake are standing, you see the first mark in the center of the track. He avoids the 330-foot cube, but he was not done. He was off and on the throttle 1, maybe 2 more times. And there he goes. He's in the pit area driving back, and the fans are letting him know their pleasure. Tim Shamblin. Here comes the small block Pro Charge Chevy 2 of J. Biondo. So the series director of the Chicagoland Superstocks, J. Biondo, his final attempt, his final try for glory here today in the 67 Chevy 2 from McHenry, Illinois. And that will be a big improvement from his first wheelie of this set. Over 850 feet, that is the furthest he has gone before. He has his goals set high. Byron Dragway, if you've got it in you, now's the time to let it out. Brian Ambrosiani! He's got more power than this car should ever need. Can he get it down the track? Race fans, on your feet! This is what you came for. This is it. The Wheelie King, Brian Ambrosiani. We had an electrical gremlin. A gremlin that they believe they have fixed the old school way. They ripped it out, and they're going to go and will this car to the distance. When Brian Ambrosiani has his mind on a mission, he will see it through. It's got some power, no doubt about it. But he's down to his final straw, his last chance. He was working the throttle before even the Christmas tree. So this is it. One last shot for Brian Ambrosiani to reclaim his title in an effort to be an 8-time world champion. That was his best wheelie of the day today. Wait a second. I'm going to guess that he wants to come back. Brian Ambrosiani is looking to do an unofficial wheel stand just for you, just for the race fans. This is not for the prize money. This is a third unofficial wheel stand. Brian Ambrosiani, out of his own back pocket, risking his car with no money on the line. Ambrosiani doing it purely for your pleasure. Do we have any locals? Anybody from Byron, Illinois here today? Well, this is your guy, your hometown driver, trying to make Byron proud. This is Jimmy Moore, the vintage Motorology 74 Chevrolet Vega. From right here, he lives just across the river. They can hear us from town. Make a little noise. Maybe the town can hear you. For Byron's own Jimmy Moore. So Jimmy Moore trying to take care of the car, but also try to perform. And that is an improvement for Jimmy Moore. And then to bring up our next contestant, a beautiful 1970 Chevelle, 615 cubic inches of big block power for Ron Streets of St. Charles, Illinois. Sedona, I'm not sure I can watch. Some of these cars I think are just too gorgeous, too beautiful to be entered into this contest because anything can happen. Sometimes they go well, sometimes they don't go so well. And I almost can't even watch this 70 Chevelle, a car that could be in a museum. And perhaps pushing these drivers to try that much harder. Ron Streets in the 70 Chevelle. about 70 feet, give or take. That is the unofficial report from the tower. For Ron Streets and the 70 Chevelle from St. Charles, Illinois. Well, the 40-year-old self-employed business owner, Jason Hawkins, with his father, Joe Hawkins, will lead the way. This is the 57 Chevy Bel Air that he has driven to 5 track championships in the Pro Adventure category in the Midwest Index Shootout Series. From his first run about 80-some feet earlier today, and it looks to be a little bit further than that this time. The one thing about this event that always strikes me is the camaraderie amongst the racers. He may be down, he may be out, but great to see Chris Pierce, last year's champion, at the starting line, cheering on all of the drivers. They are all fans of one another. What a burnout from Steve Penrod, truck construction worker from Indiana, the Hoosier from Hobart. What can he do? Charlie, wouldn't this be something? Could you imagine a reversed race in the drag strip? Could you imagine such a thing? That would be something to see. Maybe put that on the agenda next year for this event, Charlie. Maybe a intermission between the two sections. A couple of daring spectators would jump into a reverse race. How about that? Steve Penrod backed it up with his best wheelie of the day today. I'm not sure it's going to cut it. And he's back up again. This is Kyle Needham in the cranked Camaro from Genoa, Illinois. Just about any weekend the track is open, you can count on seeing Kyle Needham, Brooke, and the entire bunch out here. And they share the driving duties. Nobody's greedy in this car. Kyle drives it primarily. His girlfriend, Brooke, drives it quite often. She just earned her license in the car. He took home the most violent wheel stand in 2020. And this is about as unpredictable of a car as there is in this contest. There's a lot of horsepower here. When something happens, it happens fast, and this car tends to brake left, brake right. Can he keep it hooked up straight and in the sky? Kyle Needham. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for spending your day here at the Playground of Power. We hope you come back again soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and safe travels home.